Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. We'll start with Jai Raga Mata. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivara Hari Jaya Girivara Yodanandana Jaya Brajajana Andana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya We'll start. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कन्मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथं अद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री गुरु हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 4, verse number 9, 449. अरूढभयं तम् अवेक्ष्य चाध्वरम् अरूढ अरूढा वयं तम् अवेक्ष्य चाध्वरम् पित्रा च देवे कृतहेलनं विभो अनादृतज्ञ सदस्य आदिश्वर चुकोपलोकान् इव दक्ष्यतीरुषा अरुद्रभागं तमवेक्ष्य चाध्वरम् पित्रा च देव कृतहेलनं विभो अनादृतज्ञ सदसि आदिश्वरी चुकोपलोकान् इव दाक्ष्यतीरुषा। अरुद्रभागं तमवेक्ष्य चाध्वरम् पित्रा च देवे कृतहेलना विभो अनादित्राय सदा राजेश्वरी चुकोपलोकानिव दक्ष्यति रुषा अरुद्रभागं तमवेक्ष चाद्वरम् पित्रा च देवे कृतहेलनं विभो अनादृताय सदाशिवेश्वरी सुखोपलोकानिव दक्षति रुषा अरुद्रभागं तमवेक्ष चाद्वरम् पित्रा च देवे कृतहेलनं विभो अनादृताय सदाशिवेश्वरी Chukopalukan Ivadakshati Rusha. Word to word translation. You want to read Mataji? Sin Aruda Bhagam, having no oblations for Lord Shiva. Tam, that. Aveksha, seeing. Cha, and. Advaram, place of sacrifice. Pitra, by her father. Cha, and. Deve, to Lord Shiva. Kritahelanam, contemplate having been shown. Contempt having been shown. Vibho, to the Lord. Anadrata, not being received. Yajna Sadasi, in the assembly of the sacrifice. Adishwari, Sati. Chukopa, become greatly angry. Lokan, the 14 words. Iva, as if. Dakshayati, burning. Rusha, with anger. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, E.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Shri. Translation. Present in the arena of sacrifice, Sati saw that there were no oblation for her husband, Lord Shiva. Next, she realized that not only had her father failed to invite Lord Shiva, but when he saw Lord Shiva's exalted wife, Daksha did not receive her either. Thus, she became greatly angry, so much so that she looked at her father as if she were going to burn him with her eyes. Purport. By offering oblations in the fire while chanting the Vedic mantra Swaha, one offers respect to all the demigods, great sages, and pitas, including Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Lord Vishnu. It is customary that Shiva is one of those who are offered respects, but Sati, while personally present in the arena, saw that the Brahmanas did not utter the mantra offering oblations to Lord Shiva. Namah Shivaya Swaha. She was not sorry for herself, for she was ready to come to her father's house without being invited. But she wanted to see whether or not her husband was being respected. To see her relatives, her sisters, and mother was not so important. Even when she was received by her mother and sisters, she did not care, for she was not concerned that for she was most concerned that her husband was being insulted in the sacrifice. When she marked the insult, she became greatly angry, and she looked at her father so angrily that Daksha appeared to burn in her vision. Once again, purport. Present in the arena of sacrifice, Sati saw that there were no oblations for her husband, Lord Shiva. Next, she realized that no, not only her father failed to invite Lord Shiva, but when he saw Lord Shiva's exalted wife Daksha did not receive her either. Thus, she became greatly angry, so much so that she looked at her father as if she were going to burn him with her eyes. I seek blessing from all the exalted devotees here and present online and my spiritual master and Yugal Kishore Prabhuji so that I can glorify Srimad Bhagavatam and by glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam some loving devotion develops in my heart. So today's verse we see the importance of Vaishnava Aparadh. So today's verse, who is Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva, we say that Vaishnava Nam Sat Yatha Shambhu. So greatest of the greatest Vaishnava. And to that Vaishnava, in the assembly of Daksha, nobody will offering oblations. Oblations is considered as respects. So first of all, why when I was going through this, and I remember hearing from Yugal Kishore Prabhuji's class that when somebody is in is in bodily platform, that means somebody who thinks that he is body and he wants respect for his body without considering that there is something called soul, then so many aparadh happen and they want to seek pleasure for the body. They don't see whether somebody is exalted, so much exalted than them, or somebody is equal to them, or somebody is junior to them. They want to seek respect from everyone. And Yugal Kishore Prabhuji in the Brahmachari class was giving the definition of pleasure. What will happen if you seek pleasure for the body? It has uh, six effects. Pleasure come with a package. It doesn't come with just simply pure pleasure. So pleasure, the first effect of pleasure is it's painful. Everybody thinks pleasure gives you happiness, but actually pleasure is painful. For getting one drop of pleasure, you have to work like an ocean very hard, and then you will get one drop of pleasure. And after that, the drop is gone. And then again, to get another drop of pleasure, you have to work like an ocean, and then you'll get that drop of pleasure. So, pleasure is very painful. Second, pleasure is addictive. If, for example, this is famous example which I always use even in universities, alcohol and smoking. It they think that, oh, it is giving me pleasure, alcohol and smoking is giving me pleasure, but indirectly it is painful and it is addictive. Now, because it is painful, it is addictive, it is also risky. Because of this pleasure, they will go to so many health issues. Not only health issue is secondary, first behavioral issues. They cannot behave properly because they are in addiction, and they are always thinking of acquiring those things uh, on the expense of their behavior. They might able to steal. They will not even think twice to steal, or they might for example, we have seen so many examples that so many people work hard only to drink in night. They'll earn all their money, waste it only to drink in night. So risky. Whatever you are doing, it is risky, and then it is illusion. So I am going through problem. If I drink alcohol, all my problems are solved. But for only temporary, just for like 1 hour or 2 hour, or only that night. When you wake up again in the morning, you will go through hangover, which is much more a problem. than just enjoying alcohol. It's it's illusion because you think that problem is gone, but only for some time, and then it's stale. It's very stale. For example, if you eat gulab jamun, you should have that pleasure of eating gulab jamun eternally, but it will be there only for just 10-15 seconds. And after that, you want one more gulab jamun. Again, you eat 10-15 seconds. One more, again you eat. Like that, you will eat four to five. Then you will come to sixth to seventh gulab jamun. Then you will say, Hare Krishna. You cannot able to eat that. You cannot able to release the pleasure of the gulab jamun. It's stale. And then the last one is flickering. It's just flickering. It's there now. It is not there later. Again, you want to get it. It will be there for some time. It will not be there later. It's like a mirage. You think that, oh, if I go till there I'll able to get water, but when you reach there it is gone somewhere else because it's a mirage. It's illusion. So this is what is pleasure. Pleasure has the six side effects, but nobody knows about it. They think that today I'm unhappy, tomorrow I'll be happy, and that tomorrow will never come. They keep on working. It's like a carrot showing to a donkey. So somebody sitting on the back of a donkey, holding a carrot, and the donkey thinks that, oh, I'll able to eat it. So it will keep walking until and when will that carrot? When will that donkey get the carrot? No, no, it will never get it. So that is the place. That is what happens if we seek for bodily pleasure. So Daksha, here I was hearing from His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. He was speaking about Daksha. He was saying that Daksha was completely in bodily platform. Maharaj was saying that Daksha had organized this fire sacrifice only to insult Lord Shiva. So his main purpose was how should I insult Lord Shiva? And this is who is Lord Shiva again? He is a Param Vaishnav. And if you want to, like, he's making plans to insult Lord Shiva, then what will be the end result? If you want to insult a Vaishnava, you will get a head of a goat. So that is what will happen. Here, Mother Sati is angry on Daksha. Why? Not because she did not get any respect or or for that thing. She was angry because Lord Shiva did not get any respect. She's not thinking Lord Shiva as her husband. She's thinking Lord Shiva as a Vaishnav. So there is a Vaishnav Aprad, clearly Vaishnav Aprad happening in this fire sacrifice. When so many people will take Vaishnav Aprad differently. For example, Brahmana, if he sees that some Aprad is is some Vaishnav Aprad is happening in front of him, he will just walk away. Kshatriya will be ready to kill that person, and Vaishyas and Shudras are ready to give their life because they heard Vaishnava Aparad. So Mother Sati was thinking that she's low, very low. She was thinking herself as very low. She was thinking herself as a Shudra, even though she's very exalted. Here in the purport it is said, Lord Shiva's exalted wife. So even though she is very exalted, she is thinking herself as very low, and that's why she got very angry on Daksha, and then we all know that in future verses it will come that how Mother Sati just burnt herself with her mystic power. So because here also we see that what will happen if we do aparad. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in his Bhajan Rahasya. He gave what is the secret to perform bhajan nicely. Four things you should avoid: Tattva Vibhrama, Asatrishna, Hriday Dorbalyam, and Aprad. What is Tattva Vibhrama? Illusion. Illusion of we are like illusion by material thing. Scriptural tattva means scripture. We don't have proper knowledge of scripture. So here Daksha did not have proper knowledge of who Lord Shiva is. Daksha was in tattva vibhrama. He was thinking that Lord Shiva is his son-in-law, but actually Lord Shiva is exalted personality. So he by relationship, by bodily relationship, he might be his son-in-law, but actually he's it is said that he's unborn. So even though he came from the eyebrows of Brahma, still it is said that he's unborn because he's a he's like a milk and yogurt. That example by he's a Lord Vishnu comes as Lord Shiva only to maintain in this material world mode of ignorance. For maintaining mode of ignorance, he comes as Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva's position is very high. So Daksha had Tattva Vibhrama. He had illusion of what Lord Shiva is. And then because of that Tattva Vibhrama, we have Asat Trishna. What is Asat Trishna? Asat Trishna means we want to enjoy. We have Trishna means we have some hankering for Asat, which is not there. And what is Asat? Material world is Asat. Body is Asat. So hankering for that bodily pleasure is Asat Trishna. Because of Tattva Vibhrama, we have Asat Trishna. And we think that everything is related to body. We don't have the knowledge of soul. Even though by theory we might know, but we don't have the we might not able to realize it in the situation in some situation where we can utilize our knowledge. For example, if we are put in some agitating situation, we know by theory that, oh, I am not this body, I am spirit soul. Then if somebody comes and hit us one slap, especially speaking out myself, for sure I'll get very much irritated. I'll get very much upset. I want to hit him back. If I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. That slap shouldn't have mattered. We have seen this example in Avanti Brahmana and in Maharaj Shibi's pastime and Rantidev pastime. In Avanti Brahmana, when he wanted to eat, people used to come and pass water in his plate. Still, he neglected. He did not care about it because he have realized that he is not the body, his spirit soul. And Rantidev, Maharaj Rantidev, he fasted for 48 days straight. And now it was time to have feast. Then, when he was having feast, he divided his feast into half. 50% he has given to relatives, and in the half of his 25% he have given to Brahmana, and the remaining 25% he was ready to eat. But at that time, some people came that, oh, we are hungry, so we want to eat. And then he gave half of the 25% to those people to eat. And then after when he was finally eating it, then again somebody came, he gave, and then there was only water left for him to drink. And then when he was drinking water, only a Chandala came and he said that I am very thirsty. Can you give me water? If I don't drink water, I'll die. And then he just gave the water. He did not care whether he did not care for his body because he have completely realized that he is not the body, spirit, soul. And then Maharaj Shibi, when a crow came to take shelter, uh, to take his shelter from eagle, Maharaj Shibi was ready to give part of his flesh. Maharaj Shibi was ready to give part of his flesh so that he can save that crow. Why? Because he know that his duty is to save the crow, and he is not the body, his spirit soul. And that's why they are glorified in Srimad Bhagavatam. So when you have Asat Trishna, that means you have hankering for material things. You have hankering for pleasures of the body, and it will come because you have Tattva Vibrama. So Daksha had Tattva Vibrama. Because of that, he 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 was thinking he is the body, and he wanted pleasure for his body. He wanted respect for himself, and that is the reason he what he did. Because of Tattva Vibrama, he had Hridaya Durbalyam, weakness of the heart. He couldn't take it if Lord Shiva did not, if somebody did not respect him, he couldn't tolerate it because of the weakness of the heart. We have seen this weakness of the heart in Arjuna at the time of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says in chapter 2, 2.2 verse, 2.2 verse, 2.2 and 2.3 Bhagavad Gita. He said somewhere how this weakness of the heart came in you. And even though Krishna was with him, still that weakness of the heart arised in Arjuna. So, because of the weakness, because of that weakness of the heart, Arjuna was lamenting, and Arjuna was lamenting for the body of his relatives. Arjuna gave 5 reasons why not to fight, and one of them was body compassion. He was showing bodily compassion to other relatives. Prabhupada in that purport writes, bodily compassion is false compassion. It's not real compassion. Real compassion is for the soul. So you should not have compassion for the body. Here, Daksha is having Hriday Durbalyam, weakness of the heart, because he wanted respect for himself. So when you attach yourself with the body, or you want something for the body and you only care for the body, then Hriday Durbalyam, weakness of the heart comes. And then because of these 3 things, you will commit aparadh. And when you commit, when you will and you will think that you are right, like how there was one verse in previous there in previous verse there was one verse where Daksha said that I am speaking not out of my envy. So when he was cursing Lord Shiva, he said that I am speaking not out of my envy. So that is what happened. When you have these 3 things, you'll not even feel like you are committing aparadh. You'll feel that it is right. So because Daksha was was only connected, was only thinking of his pleasure, his respect, he committed offense towards Lord Shiva. And not only towards Lord Shiva, when Mother Sati came, he committed offense towards Mother Sati also. Even though bodily relationship, she's a daughter, still it was an offense. Because if some daughter goes to their parents' home, it's duty of their parent. It's not duty. Out of affection only, parents will will treat them well. But Daksha did not treat Mother Sati well. And then Daksha realized it when he got goat head, when he was killed and when he got goat head, he cried. He cried because he couldn't show affection towards Mother Sati, and he came to his senses. And at that time, he came to he asked forgiveness from Lord Shiva, and he cried for mistreating Mother Sati when she came to the sacrifice. So, but it was late by that time. So he was committing offense even to Mother Sati. So, and we all know how deadly offenses are. Not only to Vaishnavas, it is very deadly, and to what, and even to any other living entities, it is very deadly. Because if you think that, oh, to Vaishnavas I'll not commit offense, but I'm free to commit offense to anyone, that will become your second nature, and that nature will come, and it you might treat Vaishnavas similarly. But but everyone has Paramatma in the heart. Krishna is there in the heart. So whether Vaishnava or not Vaishnava, nobody should be offended because there is Paramatma in the heart. And because of this offense, we have seen in so many examples that Vaishnavas themselves will not take offense, but Krishna will take offense. We have very famous example in Chaitanya Charitamrita, also in Srimad Bhagavatam, also in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Jagai Matai just try to hit Nityanand Mahaprabhu, and Nityanand Mahaprabhu did not took offense, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took it offense, took it as offense, and he came with his Sudarshan Chakra to kill Jagai and Madai at that instant. And also, when Haridas Thakur was beaten up in 22 Marketplace, he was he was praying to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please forgive them. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was ready to kill this Muslim punishers. But then, because of the prayers of Haridas Thakur, they were saved. And then similar thing happened in Srimad Bhagavatam. Amrish Maharaj, he was fully in his in smaran of Lord. He was doing all nine kinds of devotional service, not just one. He was performing nine kinds of devotional service. Every second, he was he was only thinking of how to perform devotion service towards Lord, how to please Lord. And then Durvasa Muni came, and he took a small thing as an offense. We can actually relate this example with Daksha's example. How Durvasa Muni just took it was not at all only for one drop of Charanamrit. Durvasa Muni took it as offense. Similarly, like how Daksha is taking offense when Lord Shiva is meditating, is always meditating on Lord Krishna, Narayan, or Ram or Vishnu. Still, Daksha took it as offense. And then what happened to Durvasa Muni? Nobody could save him. Not Lord Shiva, not Brahma, nor Vishnu. Nobody could save him. Who saved? Amrish Maharaj saved. Prayers of Amrish Maharaj saved. So similarly, Haridas Thakur was praying. And then when Haridas Thakur was praying, that is why they were saved. And Nityanand Prabhu prayed for Jagai Madai. That is why they were saved. So Vaishnavas will not take aparadh, but Lord will take aparadh. And example is given as there is a very hot day. If you walk in a hot day without slippers, your legs will burn, but your head still it can take that heat. When you wear slippers in that same hot day, your legs are protected. Your legs will not burn, and head will also able to take the heat. So it's similarly like walking on the hot road without slippers. Head is like Vaishnavas are very compassionate. They might forgive, but Lord will not forgive. Like how our legs will pain, Lord's heart will pain. So that is the thing. And then who can only forgive us? Who can save us? Only Vaishnava save us. So that is the exalted position of Vaishnava. That is why here in the in the translation it is said exalted wife. Even Mother Sati is exalted because she is also Vaishnava and she is a associate of Vaishnava. So she, that is the exalted position of Vaishnava. And if you do aparadh to this exalted Vaishnavas, we don't know that we are hitting axe on our leg. It's there in Hindi. It's a kuladi, पीठ, हाँ अपने पैरों पे कुल्हाड़ी मारना. So we are doing that. It is very easy to say. I'm here sitting and speaking, but I know that it's very difficult. It takes proper Vaishnav etiquette. If you have, you should follow Vaishnav etiquette to get rid of aparadh. But because of the anarthas, we might have so many. We might start seeing faults in Vaishnavas, and because of seeing faults, we are ready to commit aparadh. But what is the solution? We have to be in association of devotees, follow proper Vaishnava etiquette. By Vaishnava etiquette will save us from lot of aparadh because it will show if, by following Vaishnava etiquette, even if we want to speak something, but because we are following Vaishnava etiquette, we will stop speaking, and that will save us from so many aparadh. Tolerating is very important thing, as as in Sikshashtakam Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that you have to be humbler than the blade of grass and tolerate like a tree. Be more tolerant than a tree. So these two things with Vaishnava etiquette will help us to save from aparadh. And how to learn Vaishnava etiquettes? By following our seniors, by following acharyas, by reading, and uh, by learning from the examples of all our senior devotees, how they served other devotees, how they lived their life, and by looking by studying their life, we'll able to learn Vaishnava etiquettes, and it will come by training, by following our authority, by following Shiksha Guru, by following our spiritual master, we'll able to learn Vaishnava etiquette. So Vaishnava etiquette is very important thing to save us from aparadh. And always take shelter of holy name, and always take shelter of Lord Krishna and his devotees. Then only we'll able to come out of aparadh. Otherwise, anartha nivritti is the longest stage, and in anartha nivritti we have these six kinds of pollution: ego, envy, anger, greed, lust, pride, and they are there with plus one more mind. So mind, and with all the six anarthas, they are there to tell us that whatever you are doing is right. Even though similarly as we were speaking about Daksha was thinking that whatever he's speaking when he's cursing to Lord Shiva is right. So they are there to tell us we are right. Only if Daksha could have followed Vaishnava etiquette at that time, all this episode would have been saved. And more than anyone, Lord Vishnu, Krishna would have been happy on Daksha, happy with Daksha, that he tolerated his urge to speak. And that is what we learn in Nectar of Instruction. Vacho Vegam, Manasakrodha Vegam. So urge to speak. That is why urge of speaking is very, tolerating it is very important. We will be saved from so many aparadhs. So that is why here Mother Sati became very angry that whether even though he insulted Mother Sati, but Lord Shiva was not getting proper respect, and there was so much Vaishnava aparadh happening in that sacrifice, and that is why she became angry and she wanted to burn Daksha from her vision. So that is what I wanted to speak today. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong, and please correct me if there are any corrections. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, Rohit. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that what is real humility? If you see any Vaishnava in trouble, save them. That is real humility. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very heavy. So there is an example. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was giving a class in Mayapur, and all those terrorists, like all those bandits, came to hurt Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But what did, because Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is Brahmana, and his disciple was also Brahmana, they applied their intelligence to save themselves from that situation. And with their intelligence, they could save, they could handle that situation very nicely, and it comes with the maturity. Also, he said that real humility is to save Vaishnava. If you see any Vaishnava in trouble, save them. For saving them, if you have to take stick, you have to take stick and try to save them. There are many examples actually in Srimad Bhagavatam. Uh, Kshatriya, especially Kshatriya, where I was speaking, right? Brahmanas, when see aparadh, some Vaishnava aparadh is happening, they'll walk away. Kshatriya, they will take their sword and kill that person. And Shudras and Vaishyas, they leave their body. So depends on our nature. If if we are Kshatriya, then we have to save them. We have to, like your question was how cow killing and everything is happening, what to do. We have to save them. But in present society, it's not everybody Shudra. There is no actually, and it's mixed actually. But it is said that in our scripture said that in Kali Yuga everyone is Shudra. But we have to follow now rules and regulations of the society. If somebody is there, like there is so much protest going on, what we do, cows, save cows. We invest. Vaishyas, what they do, business class of people, they invest their money to build a farm community and save cows. And then they and if you are seeing why, the reason, for what reason they are killing the cows, butchers are killing cows to earn money. So if we can find some other alternative for them, they will not be doing that. And what I have seen that many few of devotees, they just, what they did, if they see like this, they just buy that cow and get it in the farm and save that cow. So we have to apply Brahmanas means we have to apply our intelligence. We might always not recite for violence. We cannot take shelter of violence, but we have to apply our intelligence and we have to save them. So I hope I answered your question, Prabhuji. This is what I can think of. But Yugal Kishore Prabhuji, there he can have. Yeah. Yeah, Yugal Kishore Prabhuji was saying us in his class. So it's, you can, this acronym I came with, Paris F. Paris F. P is for pain, A is for addictive, it's painful, it's addictive, it's risky, it's illusion, and then it's tail, and it's flickering. So these are all the six things with the pleasure. So actually pleasure is painful, but we think it's a pleasure, but it's actually painful. Yeah. Yes, yes, yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Paris fly, yes. Anybody have anything on Zoom? If nobody have anything, then we'll end here. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय श्रील
जय जय
प्रभुपाद समवेता भक्तवृंद की
रोहिणानंद प्रभु की जय।
हरे कृष्ण
Thank you, Praveen.